Hello, and welcome to this episode of the Growing Up as Overrated podcast. My name is Jen, and I'm here with my friend and co-host, T. Summertime is here. Time for some hot girl summer fun. But unfortunately, while fun in the sun is an aspect of the season, there are also many women's issues that arise during this time of year, like swimsuits, chub rub, shaving, etc. Today we will be talking about these various issues and how we deal with them. Now, into the podcast. Hi, T. How's it going?
Hello, Jen. I'm well. How are you?
I'm all right. We're recording, for the record, we're recording this on the 5th of July, and I had a 4-day weekend off of work, but it has been cloudy and or raining every single day, and I'm very mad about it.
Yeah, it's been warm here, but we get our afternoon thunderstorms, but luckily it did not stop the fireworks last night. So I got to take a little walk from my house to go see the big show. And that was nice.
Yeah, fireworks. Mine are tonight, so I haven't seen mine yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I was impressed because they usually do them on the other side of town. Like my whole life, like over 20 years, they've always done it on the other side of town. And this year it was on our side of town. So we just walked up to the other corner of our neighborhood and got to see them, and it was nice.
Yeah, that does sound nice. Fireworks are fun. Fireworks are part of summer.
Yeah, they're fun as long as you're watching them, but if you're like not expecting them and then they're just like bam, and you're like, oh my god, my fight or flight reflexes have been triggered.
Yeah, last night was not the night of the official fireworks display, but there were so many booms that I heard last night.
Yeah, I kept being like, is it starting early? Because it like legit sounded like, you know, like official big fireworks, and there were a lot of people actually doing them, and they're not supposed to here because fire bans and all that. But whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, we don't have any of those sort of things around here, but we have strict restrictions in my state about what kind of fireworks you can have.
Yeah,
but there were still some pretty big ones.
Right. We have pretty strict regulations, but people go up to Wyoming and get everything and then come back down. So
see, I find it really hard to believe in a big state like yours. Like mine is really small that only takes like an hour or two to get out of state. But like
we're close enough to Wyoming that it's fine.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense, because like even I live probably the furthest away from any state border, and it does not take that long to get there. But yeah, so speaking of summer, and I was about to say explosions, but I realized it doesn't actually flow into what we were talking about.
Explode your summer clothes onto you. Explode that hair off your bod. No.
Oh my god.
Yikes.
Okay,
let her have a microphone.
Anyway, summer, women's things. I feel like summer causes so many issues for me personally. Like, it's fun, and I enjoy the warm weather and the fun activities that are summer-oriented, but it just comes with its own set of problems that I have to deal with.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I'm one of those people who prefers to be cold over being hot because I would rather just put more layers on.
I totally agree with that. I think people who think the other way are weird.
Yeah, I have a hard time agreeing with them in any facet. Just put more clothes on, and you can wear more clothing. Like, I love sweaters, so I can't wear sweaters in the summer, and that makes me sad. So then I'm like, what the heck do I wear? So then I end up just wearing like t-shirts and shorts all the time, but you can't do that to every occasion. Or like a nice flowy lightweight dress, but then that has its own issues.
One of which is, how do you wear a bra with those things?
In the summer, I tend to just wear a dress that's like, you know, really lightweight, and I don't have to wear a bra necessarily with it. because I work from home and they only see me from my shoulders up on the call, so it's fine. But summer bra situations are really frustrating.
Yeah, because I'm somebody who, like, I enjoy wearing a bra when I'm working. I also work from home at the moment, although that sounds like it's going to change soon. But I like wearing them because they make me feel like I'm actually doing things. If I'm not wearing a bra, my brain is in like, oh, we're not doing important stuff mode. Like, oh, we're watching YouTube or we're playing video games or something. And when I have a bra on, it's like, okay, it's time to start the day now. It's time to go around and do things I need to be doing. So for me, it's more of a mental thing, but I also just find them comfortable. But I don't like how bras are difficult in the summer because they're hot.
They're very hot.
They're hot and they make me sweat even more than I already do. And I'm somebody who sweats a lot.
Yeah, my issue is that I would prefer to wear a bralette.
Yes, but boobs.
But yeah, they don't really make them for my size. So if I get the larger size, it's too big around my like my rib cage. But if I get it to fit my rib cage, then it's too small for my actual like cup, like for my actual breasts. And so then that's unappealing. So, but like most of the support comes from the band. So I need the band to fit. So it's just like a whole thing. So then I end up just like it gets into a weird zone of you, like, I try to tell myself it's the clothes, it's not my body, right? But there's no like, it gets so frustrating that you're like, okay, like that may be true, but this is the reality of the world I live in. So unless I'm able to make my own undergarments to my exact measurements and stuff, then do I go ahead and try to put myself under the stress to conform to what the companies are making for us? Or I could spend a crap ton of money getting somebody to make a custom garment for me. But I don't want to do that. Like, I already spend way too much money on bras.
Yeah.
So
that's like a whole nother podcast episode. Why are bras so expensive? Putting a pin in that for now. We may come back to that. But as somebody who has like, I'm a little bit more in proportion. But I don't like bralettes because they don't offer enough support. They just don't. I have worn them that are in my size, and honestly, it makes under boob sweat so much worse than with a normal bra. So much worse. And
if they don't come underneath, then it's
it's uncomfortable. And like I personally have a vendetta against summer clothes made for women, specifically for like young women, teenage girls and 20-something women. Why are they all so impractical? Like
super strappy and stuff.
Yeah, they're super strappy. The shorts are super short. Like, I understand that it's hot, but because it's hot, I have sweat. And because I'm sweating, my thighs rub together. And that becomes really uncomfortable. Like, I want to wear shorts that make it so I don't have chub rub.
Yeah.
And yet that seems so hard to find. Like, not all of us have this wonderful thigh gap.
Yeah. Most of us don't.
Yeah, most of us do not.
It's interesting. I was thinking about this this week because I actually did get a chance to wear a pair of denim shorts that I bought for the summer. And they are longer, but they're like cuffed at the bottom and they come kind of like mid thigh, like maybe like 3 inches above my knees or so. But I found that they're so uncomfortable because the folded material actually rubs against my thighs more than my actual thighs do. So, like,
that's interesting.
Yeah, so I just think that denim shorts are just gone forever from my wardrobe. Like, I don't need them in my life. Like, they're just so
to find better denim
uncomfortable.
Shorts.
No, dude, like that's the thing is I've tried literally like everything. So I'm like, I'm just gonna either wear jeans or I'm gonna wear some soft shorts because like I just think that I just like less bulky material, and denim is just one of those things that unless I'm gonna wear a full pant, I kind of just don't want it anymore. I don't know. Hot
Hear
take.
you? Yeah, that's a very hot take that I'm about to fight back against a little because I hate soft shorts because they ride up.
Yeah, see, I don't mind that because I've been a volleyball player since I was 8 years old. So,
But
like,
see,
I'm
like if
used
they
to wedgie picking. I don't care.
yeah, if they ride up, then my thighs are gonna rub together anyway. So jeans provide a more sturdy material that doesn't ride up. And I'm currently wearing my favorite pair of jean shorts. They go about mid-thigh-ish, and they're just extremely comfortable. I've had them for years now, and they're my favorite pair of shorts ever. But this is beside the point. It's just, like, really annoying how difficult wearing clothing is in the summer because of its own issues. And this isn't even touching on professional work clothing.
Chub Rub is very frustrating because it also does happen when you're swimming.
Mhm.
So like I just went on a vacation and got to enjoy the pool and the hot tub and all that, and we were at a resort, and it was a decent walk to the aquatic center from our room.
Mhm.
But we were like, whatever, we'll just do the walk anyway every day. Because like COVID, we haven't been really that active, so it's good to be out in the mountain air and take a
Mhm.
walk. So we went ahead and did the walk, and I was expecting to have tons of chub rub from it because I wasn't wearing like anything really over my swimsuit. I was kind of just like, whatever, I'll walk down in my swimsuit. Like,
Mhm.
I'm, going to embrace the fact that I am an average sized woman and I'm wearing a swimsuit and I'm not ashamed of it. And this is my body. And if you don't like it,
Mhm.
I don't care, you know? So I like walk down in my swimsuit and, like my I don't know if it's just because of the climate here, like, it's not really muggy, it's quite it's very arid, and even in the mountains when it's, like, super rainy, it's still
Mhm.
quite arid. So, my thighs actually, like I didn't have that much chub rub, and I was so confused because my thighs were definitely touching each other, and I wasn't using any, like, chafing gel or anything, um,
Mhm.
but I was pretty alright, and I don't know, like, I used to go to water parks and, like, just try to keep my thighs wet with water, because then they, like, glide instead of, like, the friction.
See, I would
Um,
do the opposite, and
really?
keep everything dry, because the drier you
Mhm,
are, the less things will stick, in my experience.
mhm. Yeah, there's just so much that, like, goes I don't know. So I'm the science of chub rub is very confusing to me, is what I have to say about that.
Mhm. Yeah, I often, when I go to the beach or anywhere, I throw shorts over my bottoms of my swimsuit, and then I don't wear a shirt, so it's just the swim top and the
Right.
shorts. Um, which works fine for me. Um, what I don't like, now that we're talking about swimsuits, is how difficult it is to find a swimsuit top that I like. I'm pretty flexible on swimsuit bottoms. If they're high-waisted and, like,
Yeah.
black, then that's all I really need. I'm not
Mhm.
picky. And that's not hard to find. But swimsuit tops. Okay. I like swimsuit tops that zip and are more like a sports bra than a swimsuit top. And that is so hard to find.
Yeah, it's like you gotta go to Billabong to find that. Do you know what Billabong is?
Yeah, I was gonna say what? What is that?
It's like a surfer, um, like, company.
Ah, I will have to look into this company because I recently bought a swimsuit top from Tomboy X, or is it X Tomboy?
Mhm.
One of those, and it's great, I haven't actually worn it swimming yet, but it fits really well and it's really comfortable and
Mhm.
passes all those tests. So I'm looking forward to that. And I just wear it with my normal Target black swimsuit bottoms and it's fine.
Mhm.
But just the inability to find swimsuits that are sufficiently supportive
Yes,
is
so much
so
this.
frustrating.
Yeah, okay. So I've gone back and forth with this because as a larger busted woman, I went through a phase where I was like, "Oh, I have to get a swimsuit top that is basically a bra." So, that meant, "Oh, I'm gonna get something that's $60." So, the issue with that is then if my body changes, I have to spend another $60 for it because I'm just somebody who fluctuates in weight a lot, and a lot of that changes the size of my breasts. So, I was just like, this is just not sustainable. But then also, like, in order to give me the support, it has to give me like back rolls, and I don't want that. So I just feel like I can never win.
Goes back to the like sexualization of swimsuits. It's like swimsuits are there to serve a function.
Yeah.
They are to keep you covered in a swimsuit so that you can swim and not have stuff flying everywhere. That is what a swimsuit is for.
Yeah.
Um, the fact that most swimsuits these days feel like that is a secondary function
Mhm.
and it's supposed to look cute first and be functional later, bothers me as someone who spends a lot of time in a swimsuit swimming. I understand that a lot of people spend a lot of time sunbathing in swimsuits,
Right.
and that may be a different like,
It's a
that is a
different garment.
yeah, like, that should be something different, like, why are these the same thing?
Mhm. A tanning suit.
Yeah, why
I
is something
mean,
that you would put on, like, a strap bikini that you tie in 2 places, why is that considered sufficient for swimming? It's not.
yeah, I mean, it all goes into your intention of why you're there, but they want it to be a multifaceted, garment. So, because what are you gonna do? You're gonna wear, here's my sports swimsuit, and I'm gonna go into the swimming.
Let
You,
me
this,
let me yeah, let me rephrase. I don't mean that it's necessarily bad to swim in them, I just
uh,
don't like that it feels like those are the only options that you can find for swimsuits easily.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Um,
agree.
because yeah, like, there are people who don't really do all that intense swimming at the beach, and that is fine for them, and they're comfortable wearing that bikini, and, like, good on them. But I just don't like that it's so hard to find things that I wanna wear.
Yeah, that's fair. I hope that as we continue to move forward into more unisex options, more you know, gender fluid options, that possibly there will be more to choose from for people who maybe are more androgynous or don't just want to be a sexualized object.
Mhm.
um which there's no totally nothing wrong with rocking that energy. But I hope that there will be more companies coming out with more modest options for people who do just want to have a really secure swimming garment.
My main thing, and the other thing is that I find it really hard to find a swimsuit that strikes my balance, because
Hmm.
I don't want like, for example, this Tomboy company that I bought my swimsuit top from, their bottoms are, like, really long, like, spandex type short things, and I'm like,
Like
"That's
basically
not."
bike shorts.
Yeah, and I'm like, "That's not really what I want." Like, I want a secure top with a cute high-waisted bottom. And that
Hmm.
is so hard to find because everybody assumes you either want the high-waisted top with a really cute, bikini top or the more sports bra-like top with a more shorts-like bottom.
Yeah.
Finding those 2 things seems to be really contradictory, and I don't know why. Um, and it bothers me in particular because I think the high-waisted bottoms with a sports bra top is a really cute look that more people need to get on.
No, I agree. I like sports, like a sporty look anyway. And you would think that that would be a more popular look right now because athleisure is still pretty poppin'.
Yes, athleisure, the things that people wear when they say they're gonna work out, but they don't.
Yeah. I don't know.
But, like, okay, another gripe that I have about excuse me, about summer, is how do you dress when you need to look nice? Because, like, you're sweating so much outside, and then you go inside and it's cold.
Mhm.
How do you dress for this? Like, I had to go into New York earlier this last week,
Yeah.
to pick up my work laptop. And so I'm like, "Okay, I'm going into an office. I need to look office appropriate." But it was
Right.
gonna be 90 degrees outside. I'm like, "What do I wear that I could both wear outside in 90-degree weather, but also pick up something from an office that I'm gonna be in for, like, 30 minutes, like, max inside of the office?" I ended
Yeah.
up wearing a dress with some biker short things underneath and my Tevas, which I thought
Mhm.
was fine, but it was such a struggle to figure out what to wear.
Yeah. Yeah, you and I were, like, talking about it for quite a while, trying
I know,
to
I came up with,
figure
like,
out it.
3 different options, and it was like, "No, this isn't professional enough. No, this is
Yeah.
too stifling, I'm gonna be too hot."
Right.
Like, it was so hard. Eventually, we figured something out, but I think that was the only thing in my whole closet that
Yep.
would've worked.
Yeah, I don't know, I tend to go for, a dress or, like, linen fabrics, cotton, like, very lightweight cotton garment, um, so, like, the types of materials that my clothing are made of, I try to make them really breathable, um,
Mhm,
and I've really been, leaning into clothing that's a little bit oversized so that I can, style it in different ways. So, I have this really lightweight, white button up, but I can style it in a way where it can become a shorter sleeve shirt, and it's very breezy, so
mhm,
I don't get too hot in it. So I can roll the sleeves up, um, and wear it with, maybe like a lighter weight pant or, a skirt.
mhm,
But yeah, any place you're gonna have fabric laying over fabric, you're gonna have to anticipate that that's gonna be a sweat zone.
yeah, ugh,
And for me, again, the bra is still the biggest issue for me because the bra is inevitably going to, like, just make me overheat. So the second I get home, I am ripping that thing off because, like, it just holds all of my body heat onto me.
mhm,
Um, but my office actually is not cold, it's always, like, warm. So I went in on Friday, for the first time since I started this job, um, and we were moving boxes of materials and stuff, and, it so my, uh our director was like, "You can wear jeans and, a t-shirt, like, something more casual today because 'cause we're gonna be moving stuff around, and the office is usually quite warm." Um, so I wore, my favorite pair of jeans, which is it's a paper bag waist, with just a really clean white shirt, like t-shirt,
mhm,
and white, sneakers. And, like, I got a lot of compliments on that, like, really just classic outfit.
mhm,
So, like, elevated basics. So anything that's gonna be a basic, but it's gonna have just a little touch of interest to it is an elevated basic.
mhm,
Um, and so those are things that I try to look for in my closet so that I can have a sustainable wardrobe And then in the winter and fall, I can layer those objects with other things to keep warm.
Mm-hmm.
So making a really good wardrobe for an office environment is all about timeless articles of clothing that have multi-functions and can be layered. So
Mm-hmm.
usually just those more breathable materials are going to be your best friend.
Yeah, like it's just difficult because like you get really cold in air conditioning, or at least I do. So it's like you got to bring
Yeah,
a throw over, even though it's
right.
really hot.
Yeah, I used to always have a little cardigan packed in my bag, uh,
Yeah,
for my colder offices.
I'm probably when I eventually have go into the office and have my own cubicle, I'm probably going to keep a jacket or two in the drawer
Yeah. Yep.
just to keep it there.
Yeah. That is always a good option.
Okay, but like another thing that I hate dealing with, and I talked to you about this like a couple months ago when it was starting to become a problem, to shave or not to shave.
That is the question.
Yes, because like I'm somebody who personally like this may be a little but I have always shaved my armpits. That's just something that I've
Mhm.
always done and makes sense to me
Yep.
to have deodorant like work better. Um so that's cool. But I've always had this internal struggle with whether or not to shave my legs because I don't really like doing it in that I find it annoying and time consuming and
Yeah.
you do it once and then like 2 days later you feel like you need to do it again.
Mhm.
Ugh, so time consuming and frustrating. But I have darker hair, so
Yeah.
you can see when I don't shave my legs.
Right.
So I find it really hard to not do it.
Yeah.
So I have since normally I don't shave all winter because I wear long pants anyway. So it's not a big deal. And then every spring I get around to the point where I'm like,
Do I do it? Do I not?
yeah, I gotta make a decision. Do I want to do this year or not? Because the worst is having it like half grown in, like, and people can see it. So it's like either it has to be fully grown in or it has to be fully gone.
Yeah,
And
I think I
yeah.
find it interesting that you think that it needs to be an all or nothing like that.
Well, because it looks awkward to me if it's just halfway there. It's like you didn't commit. It's like, did you forget to shave?
Oh, I don't care. Like, like I just like if it's bothering me, I'll shave it. Um like uh, mostly because I don't like the feeling of like the hairs being tickled by the wind or something and then I'm like, "Ah, there's a bug on me." Um but also like, sometimes aesthetically, I mean, I have lighter hair than you. Like I still have like light brown hair, but like I don't know, it's not super noticeable unless you're like up close.
Mhm,
So I can get away with it a little bit easier than you probably, but I don't know, I think part of it too is being in a more long-term relationship, like my partner doesn't care. Um and so it's just kind of all up to me and what I feel comfortable with. But as long I mean, I don't know, you could debate on the health of this, but like as long as like my partner doesn't care, then why should I? Like if he finds me beautiful, then whatever, you know?
yeah, I totally
Um
understand that point of view, and I don't think that's a bad way to think
no.
about it.
Yeah, so I bought a laser hair removal machine.
Ooh,
And you're actually a good candidate for it
what?
because you have light skin and dark hair. And so what laser hair removal does is it actually targets melanin. Um and so it would target the melanin in your hair follicles, but not any melanin in your skin because
Don't
there's
have
like
any.
next to none. Yeah. If any. Um, yeah, people with fairer skin and darker hair are really great candidates for laser hair removal. Now, people seem to think that this is a permanent solution to hair removal, and it's not. but it is a less annoying one, and it actually doesn't hurt. Like it hurt me, like, it just feels a little, you feel a little bit, but, like, it's like nothing.
Yeah, I thought about that. I haven't made any serious moves for it. I will admit that I've never tried waxing because I'm just like, why? It sounds like
No.
torture. No, thank you.
Don't wax.
Yeah, it's just like, why would you do that to yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I used to get my eyebrows waxed, but then I started on a retinoid cream, and it like made my skin really sensitive, and it was like ripping my skin off actually under my eyebrows.
Mm.
And that was really painful and unsightly, so I stopped waxing, and I just use the little baby face razors on my eyebrows now.
Yeah, I think I'm just gifted with naturally well-shaped eyebrows because I've never done anything with my eyebrows. And they never
Yeah, I
bother
just
me.
yeah, when I was like I think I was like in 6th grade, my mom and my aunt was my hairdresser for a long time. She did waxing on the face, and they just like kind of pulled me into the salon and were like, all right, we're gonna do this. We're waxing your eyebrows now. And I was like, but I don't
Okay.
want to do it, it looks scary. And so they just like started me on this whole thing of it, and it wasn't that bad actually. Like, it was
Mhm.
one and done, like rip a band-aid off, okay, whatever. And I really did actually like the look of it.
Mhm.
And so they got me started on the whole sculpting train, but my eyebrows are just like, they love to be wild. And so
Mhm.
I do really like the look of a very sculpted brow. Um, it really like frames my face and gives it a little bit more structure because I have a lot of round features.
Mhm.
Um, and so it just gives it a little bit more structure. Um, but yeah, waxing, I would not want to do it anywhere.
Yeah,
Like,
it just sounds painful. Like, it's funny because, like, now that you're talking about, like, what things your family members had you do, like, I never went for a manicure or a pedicure until,
oh,
like, prom.
really?
Yeah,
Wow.
my mom never took me to get a manicure or a pedicure. I just don't have it instilled in me to go get them,
Uh-huh.
so I don't. And, like,
Oh, yeah.
so, like, that's another thing that I don't really understand about our society is, like, our obsession with pretty feet in the summer. It's like,
Yeah.
your feet are not gonna look beautiful, like, no one's feet look beautiful.
I mean, yeah. That's debatable, but I like my feet. But, I have my mom has always been really into nail art. She's always gotten acrylic nails that keeps her from biting them. And so I would go into the nail salon with her all the time, and she actually used to do other people's nails also. Um, but yeah, so I was just really into manicures and pedicures. I thought it was fun. You get little, you know, like uh
Mhm.
like flowers and stuff on your toes, and it's cute. But then also as I've gotten older, I've recognized that I don't like the feeling of my feet being rough. So like if I can um like, if my feet are are as rough as sandpaper and I can scratch my legs with them, then that means that I've gone too long, in my opinion. Um, because I don't like that feeling, but, it's interesting because I have a friend who has a husband, from New Zealand, and since they're so beach-oriented and he's a surfer,
Mhm.
um, he just like, they just walk barefoot everywhere.
Mhm.
Um, and so when he came here for the first time, he would like walk out, and she'd be like, "Babe, you can't, like, you gotta put shoes on." And he'd be like, "Oh, like, why we gotta put shoes on?" Like, he gets so mad. And and he'd be like, I don't understand why you people like why do Americans want to put like have your feet be so beautiful and protected and stuff, like, you know, calluses are there to protect your feet just like shoes are. And I had never thought about that until he had said that, and I was like, that's really interesting, and I understand that, but I still like my feet to be nice.
See,
I don't know.
I have a mix because I do go to the beach a lot, so I don't wear shoes. And like I walk across the parking lot without shoes on, or like I do.
My God.
Yeah, I do a lot of things without shoes on.
Burning my feet.
Yeah, it can be painful. Like I carry shoes to help with that, but it's like it's painful at the beginning of the summer, and then you get used to it.
Scary.
As you just walk around. But yeah, I've never really understood like the making the feet beautiful. Like I did paint my nails myself a lot when I was a kid, but like but I never had acrylics, for example. I've always wondered what acrylics like feel like.
You would hate them.
Yeah, I'm sure I would.
They can be painful sometimes, actually, because like they push on your nail bed when you're not used to them. Yeah, so when you first get them, you're like, "What the hell is this?" And like they feel really weird when you, like the first time you get them on. And as you get used to them, then you're like, "Okay, whatever." Like, you know, just like anything with your body, like the first time is often uncomfortable and odd. But they do feel really nice to scratch your scalp with.
Sure, that sounds like really like it just sounds interesting to me. I'm sure I would hate it because like my feet, I like my hands to be available to do things.
Yeah, like you don't have to have them long, but yeah, I used to be somebody who always had long nails because my mom was always like, "Your hands are beautiful and you have beautiful nail beds, so you should have your nails be nice and long." And so I just never questioned it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I had nice hands." But then as I got into the workforce, especially when I was a barista, the sanitization like solution that we would put dishes in before we would do the dishes, actually, yeah, it ruined the integrity of my nails, so they would break all the time. Any nail polish I had would just slough off, and so I was like, that's probably not food safe. And so I just stopped painting my nails, which used to be like a weekly habit for me. I would repaint my nails every week. It was just kind of like a zen thing for me, but I stopped painting my nails. I kept them short and really haven't gone back, and especially since now I play the ukulele, you can't have long nails and play the ukulele. That doesn't work.
No.
So I just, you know, I keep them short now, and every once in a while I'll paint them, but I don't got time for that most of the time. So
I think all of my nail polish is expired. I would not be surprised if all of it is just awful.
I bought like a new one more recently, and it's quick dry, and it's also like a gel nail polish, so it stayed on really well. But I used it once on my nails and then I didn't redo them. So we'll see if I do it again. I don't know.
Well, I think that just about wraps up everything we wanted to talk about. So why don't we transition into our silver linings? So T, what is making you happy this month?
Back from my anniversary trip. And that was really nice. I got to, you know, just enjoy some time in the mountains. I got to feed giraffes, which are my favorite animal, and that was so fun, and I've wanted to do that for so long. So that was just an amazing experience. And I'm just giddy about it.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, this is a little bit of a story. My computer had a hard time at the beginning of June. My video card broke, and so my computer was still functional, but it was running really slowly, and I couldn't do a lot of the stuff that I normally do on it. And my computer was a hand-me-down from my dad from a while back, and it was pretty old. So I decided to invest in a new computer. So I have a brand new desktop computer that was Probably more than I should have spent on the computer, but it's very nice, and I think it will last me for years to come, and I'm very happy about it.
Yeah, we're glad that you got it too, us and our friend group.
Yeah, I mean,
not to be able to play games with you for a bit.
Yeah, that was pretty sad for a month waiting.
Cries.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks for listening to this week's episode. If you want to follow us on Twitter and Instagram, we can be found at GUIO.pod. New episodes will be released on the first Tuesday of every month. Please subscribe and leave us a review. It really helps us out. We hope you'll continue to listen to us talk about our lives and hopefully learn something about yourself too. And remember, growing up is overrated.